an orgasm in your nose and mouth at the same time.
Ooh, that's insane. It's quite a big deal. Like,
I'm in a state of grace.
Standing ovation. Wow.
Heaven just landed in a glass.
10 years ago, this was a dream. This was something in a book, and now here it's here.
Following a successful inaugural sale of iconic South African wine NFTs in 2022, Strauss & Co. Fine Wine Auctions unveils 6 significant collections of the world's greatest wines, authenticated and minted as NFTs. This includes Penfolds Grange, Domaine de la Romanée-Conti, 𝗕𝗥𝗢𝗪𝗧𝗘𝗥, 𝗕𝗥𝗢𝗪𝗏𝗔, Screaming Eagle, and Harlan Estates. The wines herald from the Coates family, who have donated 4 million rands worth of their cellar to charity and wine education in Southern Africa. A portion of the Strauss & Co. NFT auction will be donated to SASA, the South African Sommeliers Association. Here's what the Southern African Sommeliers have to say.
So first time tasting it, and this is the sort of stuff you read about, like, you know, when you're doing your WSC level 2 and they talk about benchmark iconic wines, and you just, you know, your reference point is from a book, and thoughts, just the very thought, because, you know, you don't get wines like these very easily.
I pick up a lot of like the minerality, salty character on it, not fruit driven, but
It's quite savory, yeah.
Unbelievable balance between that fruit and just that typical meaty, savory.
I was reading that Roald Dahl describes the Romanée-Conti like an orgasm in your nose and mouth at the same time. Yeah,
Can only be Romanée-Conti.
But my first time visiting Burgundy was 2017 with a Zimbabwean team blind mission, and just standing next to the vineyard just gave me goosebumps. And now, you know, wine is about memory and relocation. So the moment I smelled the glass, it took me back there.
Ooh.
That's insane. Rich and bold,
Uh-huh.
but not overbearing.
Unlike most Americans.
You said it.
But that's why this is so important to have these kinds of wines in Africa, in South Africa, because we just don't get access to them, and especially as young Soms starting out. I was talking earlier, we lost a lot of Soms to the cruise ships because they want to get international exposure.
I work in hospitality, and we do that. If anybody, we would call each other, oh, there's a customer who bought this certain type of wine and got so much, and you know exactly. And it's a certain type of treatment that they actually get from the staff force. So absolutely beautiful one.
I need a moment of silence.
Oh, sorry.
Standing ovation. Wow. If it's the last wine, this will be it.
I think it's just an honor to taste these wines. It's really a special occasion actually to taste these beautiful wines. As a Som in Africa, where you really don't have access to these wines, it's really an incredible opportunity.
With Strauss putting a collection like this together, more and more people, wines like these being available, where, I mean, heck, 10 years ago, this was a dream. This was something in a book, and now here it's here. And
You kind of smell the extravagance in the wine, the boldness in the wine. Not sure if it was the purpose during those years because of the Robert Parkers, but what's intriguing is how it's kept intact. You still feel the boldness and the power, but on the palate when I'm tasting it, it's quite subtle. There's a lot of finesse and drinkability to the wine.
So many layers and just so expressive. As you say, you kind of get that floral note, you've got the oak, you've got the boldness, but then you've got that beautiful kind of refined tannin, that chalkiness, the herbal notes. I just feel like there's so many layers coming through in this.
And we're talking about a 20-year-old wine, and if you guys think it's still got more left.
Definitely.
oh my God,
Still,
this is. It's one of these wines which it's so distinct.
Smells like
Heaven just landed in a glass.
You know, because I feel like sometimes when we're drinking a dessert wine, sometimes to be a bit more cloy, you know?
Yeah.
Or honey, like, the legs, a bit of acidity and freshness.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's sweet also at the same time.
A bit of a kick again.
You know?
Yeah.
It gives a little tingly feeling.
because I think that this caliber of wines and this caliber of quality and scarcity, as I haven't seen in South Africa before. This only happens in London, Hong Kong, New York, and now also in Cape Town. So cheers to Strauss Auction and Hegel and Poland. That's amazing, really. It's really, I'm so excited about this.